outstanding academic record. Even though Vittal could have easily got a well-paying job in the corporate sector or anywhere else, he chose to become an entrepreneur. He made a few attempts at starting his own business and was eventually drawn to the liquor industry after he happened to come across the balance sheet of a liquor company. Adept at analyzing balance sheets, Vittal Mallya saw the immense potential for good returns the industry had to offer, provided one could run the business in a professional manner. He also realized that he could use the profits generated from this company to diversify into other industries and build lasting assets. Vittal's ambition was to build a huge business conglomerate with diversified interests. In fact, the assets he created during his time helped his son raise resources for his many-fold businesses. The company that immediately caught his attention was United Breweries Limited, which was founded in 1915 and was run by the British. In its earlier avatar, it used to sell bulk beer to British troops in the mid-19th century. Before long, Mallya started acquiring shares of United Breweries and within a couple of years had gathered a substantial stake in the company. If things had remained the same, he would have got good dividends from the company year after year, but a stroke of good fortune completely changed his profile. In 1947, when India got independence, most Britishers who had business interests in the country started abandoning their companies to return to their homeland. In the case of United Breweries, impressed with Mallya's intelligence, the management handed over the reins of the company to him. So, at the age of 22, Vittal Mallya became the head of a large company. And so began his tryst with the liquor industry. 4 years after taking over United Breweries, Mallya made his first acquisition, McDowell and Company Limited, a company based in Madras, now Chennai. At that time, McDowell was an importer of foreign liquor brands, tea, and tobacco products. In 1959, Mallya set up the company's first distillery in Kerala as part of a backward integration plan. He also struck a deal with the owners of some of the foreign brands to start producing them locally, with value addition coming in the form of imported concentrates. Mallya's genius was at play again when he decided to market these Indian substitutes of foreign liquor as Indian-made foreign liquor, IMFL, a term that continues to be used even today by domestic liquor manufacturers. Mallya was also the first to give the label number 1 to the names of certain liquor products like McDowell's Brandy, a now popular phrase used by liquor makers across the country for some of their products. Mallya expanded his business further by setting up greenfield distilleries in Andhra Pradesh and Goa. He also acquired companies like Carew and Company, which had distilleries in Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, and Bangladesh, and Phipson and Company in Calcutta, where his son Vijay earned his spurs. When Vijay turned 18, he appointed him a director in McDowell and Company. Vittal Mallya hit pay dirt again when a new government took over the reins of the country after winning the general elections in 1977 by defeating Indira Gandhi's Congress Party. Morarji Desai, the new Prime Minister, whose ideology was based on Gandhian principles, decided to impose prohibition in the country, which meant a total ban on the sale of liquor. It left owners of distilleries and breweries in total disarray and out of business. Several of them started selling off their assets at knockdown prices as they believed prohibition would continue for a long time. But Mallya firmly believed that the government would not be able to sustain such a policy interminably, as it would lead to a rise in the sale of cheap and spurious liquor. They would have to lift the ban on the sale of liquor sooner than later. Therefore, he started scouting around for cheap acquisitions, and before long he had 9 of them in his portfolio.